ẹ̀yin family Seun Kuti ṣé tẹ́yìn máa wo ẹ̀gbọ́n ìran lélẹ̀ tán máa wọ ọjà lọ tó rán fi 7 days 7 nights wọ́n fi ń pilẹ̀ wèrè wọ́n ṣàtàrí dídán bí àtàrí olóòlù wọ́n wá ranjú bí kọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ àtẹ̀mọ́ rẹ̀ aláyẹ̀rún bí aṣọ́nú àgbà ẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́wọ́ ní adúrú èpè yẹn kò ní yẹ yín kò ní yẹ bàbá yín pátá gígan yẹn mo kò rí yín burú tí ò bá ń ṣe ti Wizkid ta ló rán Fela ńṣẹ́ ṣe rò bí 1990 la wà ní tí yín fẹ́ ta ṣá lẹ̀ ń ṣe adúrú èpè yẹn kí ló dé kí ló rà ń gba yín tàn sanwó kí ló le tó yẹn tẹ́ẹ̀lé tiẹ̀ mójú kúrò bàbá yín soríire tó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ayé ni yín lára tó yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lóríire bàbá yín pọ̀ tó mo rò bóyá ẹ̀rí nǹkan kan jogún ju pátá gígan òṣì yẹn lọ àti gbó wèrè mo kò rí yín burú lẹ̀ ń ṣe adúrú èpè yẹn ọjọ́ tẹ bá tún ṣe èpè mi àti ẹ̀yin o àtàwọn ọmọ yín o àti bàbá yín fẹ́ lánàá sáré èpè mo fi máa pa yín ẹ̀ ní ṣe oríire ẹ wá ń ṣorí burúkú àwọn family yín kọ̀ọ̀kan náà mo rí wọn comment section ẹjọ́ ń ṣòfò èèyàn he's just protecting his father's name ẹ sọ fún mi ẹni tó ever gbé kámẹ́rà rí tó borúkọ bàbá ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ wá sọ fún mi ẹ jáde kẹ wá sọ ẹ tó Wizkid literally has this man tattoo on his body like you know get the fuck out of here like ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn mo tẹ̀ máa ń rògbò yọ ọpọlọ kan wà lórí wọn ni ẹ ṣe dáadáa ẹ jẹ́ fura sẹ́gbọ́n yẹn wọ́n lè ti lò wọ́n ẹ ń ṣe bí ẹni torúkọ ẹ̀ wà lítẹ̀lé àgbóǹbì kan orí yín burú ẹ ń ṣàdúró èpè báyìí kò ní dáa fẹ́yìn náà bàbá yín bí owó pọ̀ fún ẹ̀yin lẹ jókòó rí burúkú sínú ilé lẹ ń ṣe rádaràda yín tó yẹ kẹ́ rẹ́kù kẹ́ mọ sunkún kiri kán ní kí ló ṣe yín kẹ́ ní tiyín ti ta ni kò ní yẹ yín kò ní ẹ bá fún àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ lé pé àwọn ọmọ tí yín gan máa gbèpè ẹ ní jẹ́yàn mo bò lórí burúkú ni ṣé PR yín nìyẹn 98% PR yín nìyẹn.
Wizkid vs. Seun Kuti, a deep dive into Nigeria's latest music world showdown. In an extraordinary turn of events in the Nigerian music scene, Grammy-winning Afrobeat superstar Wizkid, Ayadeji Ibrahim Balogun, has publicly responded to criticism from fellow Nigerian artist Seun Kuti, the son of Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti. What began as a debate over respect and musical legacy has evolved into one of the most heated public exchanges in recent memory, centering on questions of cultural heritage, artistic influence, fan culture, and the ongoing evolution of Afrobeats in the global music industry. This article explores the origins of the feud, the statements from both artists and their supporters, the cultural conversations around Fela's legacy, and what this clash reveals about the relationships between contemporary and historic Nigerian music icons. Origins of the clash, comparing icons and legacy. The conflict traces back to repeated instances where fans of Wizkid, known collectively as Wizkid FC, have celebrated the singer as a generational icon whose global success rivals, and in some views surpasses, that of Fela Kuti. Some fans went as far as labeling Wizkid as a modern-day Fela, or drawing parallels between his international reach and Fela's influence, particularly among younger Afrobeat audiences. For many, this is a high compliment, a sign that Nigerian music has reached unprecedented global influence. But for Seun Kuti, those comparisons struck a nerve. As the torchbearer of his father's legacy, Seun has been vocal in rejecting any narrative that equates his father's revolutionary impact with contemporary mainstream success. He argues that Fela's influence cannot be measured merely in record sales or international fame, rather, it encompasses cultural disruption, political activism, and deep social commentary that reshaped Nigerian music and society. Seun expressed these views explicitly in multiple online posts and live streams, urging fans to keep Fela's name out of online fan battles. He stated that comparisons between Wizkid and Fela were disrespectful and demonstrated a misunderstanding of what his father stood for, a voice of resistance, not just a popular entertainer. He also critiqued the behavior of some fan communities, describing it as disrespectful and lacking the historical context necessary to honor Fela's legacy accurately. Seun Kuti's standpoint: preserve the icon's true meaning. Seun's comments were rooted in a broader concern about how Fela's legacy is portrayed. According to Seun, Fela's contribution to music cannot be reduced to chart success or global playlist. His father, who pioneered Afrobeat in the 1970s, blended music with potent political activism, consistently challenging societal structures, corruption, and oppression. These elements, Seun argues, set Fela apart from contemporary artists whose work, however popular, lacks the same revolutionary thrust. He expressed frustration that fans were focusing on surface-level comparisons without appreciating the deeper historical context of his father's work. Seun suggested that emphasizing superficial parallels undermines the true meaning of Fela's influence. He also labeled some behaviors from Wizkid's fanbase as ignorant and unproductive, warning against mixing legendary legacies with trending celebrity status without due respect or nuance. At the heart of his critique was a call for fans to celebrate Wizkid on his own merits without relying on Fela's iconic name as a reference or validation. This sentiment resonated with some Nigerians who value the preservation of cultural history and the honoring of icons on their own terms. Wizkid's response: silence breaks, tone sharpens. After days of intense online discussion, Wizkid finally broke his silence. Taking to Instagram stories and other social platforms, he reacted to the ongoing criticism in a manner that surprised many observers. Instead of a measured or reconciliatory statement, Wizkid opted for blunt, fiery words that escalated the situation further. Wizkid's initial response included reposting a viral video of a supporter delivering a passionate critique of Seun Kuti in Yoruba. In the video, the woman argued that Wizkid's global prominence has helped younger audiences remain connected to Fela's legacy, suggesting that without Wizkid's success, interest in Afrobeat pioneers might diminish among new generations. The speaker also questioned why Seun had not received greater support or intervention from his family during the heated exchanges. Following this, Wizkid made a series of direct, unfiltered posts targeting Seun personally. In language that quickly set social media alight, he declared himself bigger than Fela, a statement that struck many as inflammatory and controversial. He used blunt phrases, mixing pidgin English with provocative terms that underscored his displeasure, openly challenging Seun and dismissing his criticism. Wizkid's wider online rebuttal extended beyond Instagram to platforms like X, formerly Twitter, where he juxtaposed his response with sharp contrast between Fela's historical activism and what he viewed as Seun's focus on fan-base conflicts rather than musical contributions. His tone suggested frustration with what he perceived as unwarranted attacks against his fanbase and, by extension, his achievements. Reactions and responses: the public weighs in. The back-and-forth exchange triggered an immediate and widespread reaction across social media and entertainment circles. Fans of both artists took sides, offering support, critiques, and commentary that further intensified public interest in the feud. Supporters of Wizkid emphasized his global success and commercial achievements, arguing that his international recognition, including Grammy accolades and massive streaming numbers, positions him as one of Africa's biggest musical exports. For them, comparisons to Fela were less about equivalence and more about expressing admiration for Wizkid's impact on global music culture. On the other hand, many who resonated with Seun's perspective stressed the importance of contextualizing Fela's legacy within Nigeria's cultural and political history. They warned against oversimplified parallels between commercial success and historical influence, suggesting that such comparisons diminish the depth of Fela's work and the struggles he embodied. Some observers called for cooler heads, encouraging both artists and fans to move beyond personal attacks and focus on constructive dialogue about music, influence, and cultural heritage. Comments ranged from humorous memes to serious debates about artistic respect and how legacy should be honored in a digital age dominated by social media dynamics. What this feud reveals about Nigerian music culture. Beyond the immediate personalities involved, the Wizkid-Seun Kuti exchange highlights deeper conversations unfolding within Nigerian and global music culture. 1. Legacy versus contemporary fame. At its core, the feud turned on the tension between historical legacy and modern global celebrity. Fela's influence is rooted not just in music, but in societal change and resistance, while Wizkid's prominence is defined by global reach and commercial success.